Hi everybody, this is day 2 of the Three Rivers Homestead Challenge, where we're trying to use things in our pantry rather than buy things from the grocery store. Of course, like you, I have lots of things from the grocery store that I bought previously. I didn't go do a big haul before we started because I kind of started last minute. I knew from the beginning that I would have to buy dairy and probably bread and some convenience items for my children to take to school. But I'm going to do my best to just use pantry items for everything else. Today for breakfast we had bacon and eggs, so that was already in our pantry because we have hens. But I am going to make egg rolls. Now, I have a friend who grows cabbage for the Chinese restaurants around here. So I have a large flathead cabbage that she gave me. I'm going to use some garlic, some soy sauce, some sesame oil, and then I'm going to use my own ground pork. I'm growing cabbages right now, but they're not ready. And I'm growing garlic right now, but it's not ready. Anyway, this will be good. I hope you see this here. Yeah. Let's just make an introduction. Come here, Jubal. This is Jubal. Jubal is never in the kitchen when I am cooking food for other people, but Jubal is always in the kitchen when I am doing anything else. He uses the rungs or the, I'll just show you. He uses these handles on the drawers right here as a ladder to climb up and get into my face all the time. Maybe we can catch him doing it. Come on. Anyway, he's just such a joy. That's why I call him Jubal, short for jubilation. Yeah. There he is. I know. How long can you hang there, Jubal? Not very long. In a second, I'll give him a little scrap of something, and he will leave me alone. All right, let me rinse my hands because I touched the beautiful kitten. All right, buddy, you're just going to have to be content. All I have out right now is cabbage, and I'm pretty sure you're not going to eat cabbage. Let's see if we can get this straightened up a little bit. I guess y'all have realized that I'm not much of a filmer. Oh, here he comes again. No, you'll just have to hang there. I've already washed my hands. Oh, the drawer opened. See you, buddy. I'm not much of a filmer. I don't really have the equipment that I need to be doing videos like this, but I'll get better. Thank you for joining me. So I'm going to put my ground pork, and then we had a little breakfast sausage in the refrigerator that I'm also going to use because I need more than 1 pound. And I'm just going to set that on the stove here, get my water jar, and put a little water in it so that it can defrost all the way through to the middle, and then we're going to fry it up and put it in here with our cabbage and all of our spices. I'll take a few leaves off of this cabbage. Those will go to the pigs. Jubal will not be interested in that. All right, he's kind of content now. Maybe he won't be climbing quite so much. I'm going to shred this cabbage very finely, just like you would find maybe in an angel hair slaw. My son bought me a knife sharpener for Christmas because I can't seem to keep my knives out of the dishwasher. And if you didn't know, the dishwasher is a killer. Hello, Jubal. For that sharp, sharp knife. So now I've got one. Sharpened my knife with it just this morning. It did really well. It's called Smith's. Alright, rather than watch the cat climb and me shred cabbage, we'll pause just for a few minutes. Let me get caught up with everything. Okay, I've got the meat ready. I scooted all to the outside of the pan, making myself a little hole in the middle. I'm going to put in some sesame oil, and I'm sorry y'all, I don't measure. It's probably about 2 tablespoons for this amount. I used the whole head of cabbage. I used 1.5 pounds of meat. I'm going to put in some garlic. This is just garlic packaged in water. I would say about 1/2 cup because we really love the garlic flavor. And I'm just going to let that cook for a few seconds in the middle there. Normally I have some of that ginger in a tube, you know, or some of the ginger that you grate. I don't have any of that today, but I do have some dry ginger, so I'm going to put about a teaspoon of that in there. And smelling so good. I'm just going to saute that in the middle. Now, I make egg roll in a bowl lots of times. I just do all of these steps, and then I put the cabbage in and let it steam and put the soy sauce around it, and we just eat it like that so that we don't have the extra carbs. But it's my son's birthday today, and it's Sunday, and I want to do something special. By the way, tomorrow we're celebrating my son's birthday, and much like Jessica at Three Rivers Homestead, I want him to get the meal that he wants. So I will be going to Chick-fil-A for that because that's what he wants, and I will be getting the ingredients to bake an apple pie and having some ice cream. So that will be our one exception this month is his birthday. Alright, I'm just going to let that cook a little more. Then you take all of the cabbage, you put it in. I have to add it in sections so it can wilt down and give me some more space for the rest of the cabbage. And then I'm going to take the soy sauce, and I just go around the pan, you know, 6 or 8 times. I really don't know how much it is. It might even be like 1/4 to 1/2 cup of soy sauce. If you're in doubt, taste it and fix it the way that you like it. And then in a little while, after this cools off, we'll start the egg rolls. I added the first bit of cabbage, put some soy sauce in. I'm going to add a little more now that that's wilted down. I'm not adding any salt. I may add, I do add a little sriracha. I'll have to see if I've got a little sriracha, but that's at the very end. I don't like to cook the sriracha. It seems like it gets a little bitter and gets a little hot. We're just going to turn that down on low, or maybe medium low, and let it work. Now my cabbage is all wilted down. I've turned it back up on medium high. The goal is to get as much of the moisture out of the mixture as possible without burning it, of course, because the less moisture you have, the better your egg rolls will roll, the better they'll fry, it won't splatter, the egg roll wrappers will hold together better. I'll show you a trick for that in just a minute. I'm slicing up some green onions. They're going to go in at the very last minute because I like the bite and the raw green onion flavor. And I'm also going to add a little sriracha right before we take it off the heat. And then on the side, we'll put extra sriracha. I have some sugar-free Yum Yum sauce from G. Hughes. I also have some orange sauce that G. Hughes makes. I'll try to find some of that if we have any. Have a little teriyaki sauce here. I do a lot of cooking, so I have a lot of sauces and flavorings, spices, condiments. I'm just hoping that most of those will hold out for the month of January. Some people are doing it January and February. I can commit to January at this point. I was looking around for what else I could have. I have this box of almond rice pilaf. It's probably been in my pantry for 4 months. I'm going to go ahead and put it in my rice cooker, and then I'll stir it around in some sesame oil with some garlic a little bit of soy sauce, some green onions, and fry some eggs in it. We always have eggs because I have a lot of chickens. The egg roll filling is almost completely dry. I'm going to add in, I'm going to add in the sriracha. Turn that off the heat. I'm just going to give a good squirt across the top. We aren't really big heat fans, but I like to have a little bit of heat in there to act as the pepper agent, and sriracha goes really well with all of these flavors. Now, I've been working on this about 30 minutes. If you're not the kind, I mean, the egg rolls are going to take another 30 or 45 minutes. Once you roll them and fry them and get them all ready. If you're not the kind of person who likes to spend that much time, you could always do this filling ahead, put it in the refrigerator, and pick up where you left off the next day. Now, the key to getting this in the wrappers is to cool it. I've got a large roasting pan here. I've got a measuring cup under one side of it, so it's sitting at an angle, just so any of the remaining moisture, should there be any, can drain out. I'm going to put it into this pot, or this pan, roasting pan. I'm going to really spread it out thinly. And at this point, I can add some of those green onions. Since I've decided to cook that rice, I'm going to keep some for the rice as well. Okay. I'm going to spread it out thinly, and I'm going to let all the steam come off of it before I start rolling it into the egg rolls. It'll give me a little bit of time to mix up that rice and get my egg roll preparations ready. The filling is cooled. That took about, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes or 8 minutes. I'm going to get a tablespoon. Lay your wonton or your egg roll wrapper diagonal so it looks like a diamond. And put a heaping tablespoon of filling just to the bottom edge of the middle. You're going to fold the bottom corner up. Both, I don't think that's going to be quite enough. Put a little more than a heaping tablespoon. A heaping tablespoon. Fold the corners in. Have yourself a little bowl of water to seal the top corner, and as you roll, that corner will seal. I've got some lard melting in a cast iron skillet. I love to use cast iron because it holds its heat really well. And this filling doesn't have to be completely cool. Bottom corner up, side corners in. Take your finger and seal the top with water. We'll fry about 4 at a time so we don't crowd the pan. If you crowd the pan, you're really steaming your things rather than frying them. And we like for them to be nice and crunchy crispy. So we'll do about 4 at a time. And I'll have my daughter help me do that because it is really hard to keep up if one isn't rolling and one isn't frying. So our oil is starting to pop and sizzle. As soon as it starts to shimmer, I'll know we're ready. All right, it's ready. They really, if you have the temperature right, you really only need to fry, what do you say, about 1.5 minutes on one side and then flip them. So 3 to 4 minutes. I'll show you what they look like when they're finished. Egg rolls, golden brown and delicious. I just set those in a 200 degree oven while we finish up. Now for the rice, I cooked it in the microwave. I am going to put in a little sesame oil, a little garlic, I'm going to put in the green onions and the slivered almonds that came with the mix. If I didn't have slivered almonds in the mix, I would probably just get some out of my pantry. Let that cook just a second. I beat up some eggs. I'll put those in there. Stir everything around. I don't want my eggs too small. So I'm going to let them cook on the bottom of the skillet for just a little bit. Eggs are set. I'll put in the rice. Probably should dump that the other way so you can see it, but I'm new at this. And there we go. Some nice fried rice. My daughter has asked me to make some peanut sauce right quick. I'm going to have to let that fan run a minute before I start that. For peanut sauce, I put about half a cup of peanut butter, 2 or 3 tablespoons of brown sugar, some sriracha. That's probably 2 teaspoons. I would do grated ginger, but I don't have it, so I'm putting about, okay, there he is. See him? Well, you can't see him. He's coming. Hello. So I'm hanging on for dear life. I want to see what you're doing. Anyway, stinker. Watch him. If I move, the drawer opens and he has to let go. Oh, little boy, get back under my skirts. You like that. I forgot where I was. There should be some teriyaki sauce and then maybe a little garlic or just some garlic water out of the garlic because the garlic is raw. Let's see what that tastes like. Alright, I added a little more teriyaki and it turned out just great. So I'd say half a cup of peanut butter, 3 tablespoons of brown sugar, probably 3 tablespoons of teriyaki sauce, a little squirt of sriracha, and a little bit of the garlic water or chopped fresh garlic or whatever you have would be fine. It's a good consistency. And there we have it. We're about to eat. Hope your day is as good as mine.